don't come.
Don't come.
Do you want me to put
Right now.
your phone inside my vagina and then walk around and meet your family? I can do that.
I want nothing.
I don't know why, but in my head the phone went off and your ringtone was the Macarena.
His fucking ringtone is Trogdor, so I'm going to have Homestar Runner yelling out of my vagina.
We just keep bringing it back to awful here at Shitty Cinema, a podcast where the four of us sit around and watch awful movies based around some ridiculous theme. And then we get up here and we sit down and we do some kind of therapy. I think this is therapy, right?
Shock therapy.
It's something.
It's shock therapy, absolutely. I get where you're going with that. Before we get going too far, my name is Jay.
I'm Dave.
I'm Casey, and I'm regretful.
I'm Juice and I'm lost.
Oh, well, Juice, you could get a map, and that might help you get there. Unfortunately, this month is Read It Then Weep month, and so what we're doing is watching movies that are based on books.
Well, what happens
Which
if I
can't go wrong, right? Because the movie's always better than the book. Isn't that how that goes?
Because, like, doesn't someone have to give you approval? Doesn't someone have to read something before they just publish it? Well, we were wrong.
No.
Yeah.
We were fucking wrong.
Turns
No.
out when it starts on fanfiction.net, no, you don't have to ask anyone first.
Casey, why don't you tell us what movie we watched this week?
50 Shades of the second one. 50 Shades of Grey. The
50
Rick
Shades
Grey
Darker.
50 Shades Darker.
Our resident 50 Shades expert, Dave.
Dave.
Fortunately, we have Dave here. Dave is the de facto expert.
I
He knows
like-
the most about it.
Yeah, I like how I keep ending up the expert on the teenage girl shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think there's a thing
I haven't
to that.
even read any of this. I watched an hour-long video.
It's darker. Dave, what do you expect from this month? Read It Then Weep.
You know, going into this, I was expecting either...
Shout out to Folding Ideas. That's a really good
Yeah,
channel.
Folding Ideas. When we're going to cut to the end, just watch their video about 50 Shades. It's way more entertaining, and you'll actually learn something.
Well, before we get into 50 Shades Darker, Dave, what do you expect from this month? Read It Then Weep.
You know, going into this, I was expecting either pop culture flash in the pans or public domain. We can do whatever we want.
Like the Tarzan?
Yeah. You know, your Tarzans, your Sherlock Holmes, your free shit.
Right.
Or, you know, more along the lines of what we're seeing, the pop culture of just whatever's popular this month gets made into a movie.
Yeah, well, I don't know why we wouldn't trust people on the internet that write fanfic and not make good movies, right? That seems unreasonable.
Clearly, they're the experts.
Clearly, yeah. They're writing fanfic, Dave.
It's the internet.
Nobody lies on the internet.
Casey, what do you
can't.
expect from this month?
I don't even know anymore. I'm trying to pretend like unring that bell, strike it from the record.
Yeah.
I don't remember because that went with a piece of me that is now I'll never get back after watching this film.
Who brought that movie?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
You have no one
Great.
to blame but
What do you-
yourself.
Come on, Read It Then Weep. We're going to watch the movies based on books. What does that say to you?
I'm going to assume that we're going to have a lot of really great special effects because you can never replicate shit that happens in a book because you make your own mind movie. And that's why all book movies suck ass because we've already written this movie in our head. We fucking watched it when we read the book. So stop trying, people. Stop trying.
Yeah.
That kind of goes along with mine. I expect a lot of rigid plots that don't really like quite match up because you usually got to leave out quite a bit when you're making up a movie from a book, right? You can put so much more into a book, but then when you get a movie, it's just like,
Yeah.
but I guess that makes sense. There's a lot of more I should know. There's a lot more.
There's a lot
I
of
should
more
know.
I
A lot
should
of
know
more. There's a lot
about
more.
this red room.
Man, 1984 Dune is like that. If you haven't read the book and you watch the movie, you have no idea what you're watching because
Why
there's
is
no
Sting
fucking context.
wearing a diaper?
Well,
They don't really explain
You know,
that in the book either.
Right. Why
It's
do I
Sting.
love it so
That
much?
was
because it's fucking Sting.
that was an additional complication they decided to add for the movie.
a bonus, if you will.
He just got out of his trailer. He's like, all right, we're ready to shoot this. Let's fucking go.
Hey,
that was
Sting.
Juice. That's exactly really what I expect. When Dave and I first watched Dune with Casey, and Dave and I are huge Dune fans, we've also read the books, and so when we watched it with Casey, we were just explaining to her what was going on, and it became painfully aware for me at that time that if you hadn't read the book, this movie is fucking incomprehensible.
Yeah.
And Casey was enjoying it, but holy shit, was there no context for half the stuff that's going on.
Why does the fat balloon man float about like that?
So that's really what I'm expecting this month. I'm expecting exactly what you were talking about, watching the movie
Broken
and going,
dialogue.
what the hell? How am I
I
supposed
know
to know
you
what's going
can't
on?
keep everything in.
This elevator. Jamie Dornan has just loudly told you not to climax, which is awkward because there was no reason.
Solve a lot of this.
Elevator just heard addicted hand.
What does that smell?
You're on an elevator. It's pretty packed.
I'm about to come.
There's a
What
lot.
should I
Don't
do?
There's
do it.
a lot of people on this elevator. Jamie Dornan has just loudly told you not to climax, which is awkward because there was no reason you would have, but everyone in this elevator just heard him tell you not to.
What does that smell?
He senses the tension in the air, and you can hear
Sex acts when we're supposed to be happy about it.
5 seconds.
agony. You have 10 seconds before the elevator doors open, and you can escape this awkward tension.
Or 9 seconds before he fucking swallows my head whole. I don't know.
9 seconds before he swallows your head whole, whenever you're ready.
Sex offenders find love and commit public sex acts when we're supposed to be happy about it.
5
5
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have
I'm
plenty
getting the
of time
fuck
to
out of this
spare.
elevator.
That leaves you in at least 4 seconds to knee him in the nuts.
And it was an
And
accurate.
never stop kneeing him in the nuts. Ladies, gentlemen,
What's the plan?
you kick them in the balls so they puke. That's what you do.
Literal possible definition. It has characters.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
a car can have character. It's a car.
A plethora. There wasn't a plurality of characters.
They're
but it
not
technically
characters,
had
they're
characters.
sex offenders.
Well, at least
Casey
one of
just
them.
told you this.
Clearly, yes.
In the most literal possible definition, it has characters.
Kind of like, a car can have character. It's a car.
It has two-dimensional entities that smash together in puppet shows.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Hey,
have actually
hey.
enjoyed.
Don't spoil the sex scenes.
They
If
were
it
one of the
just-
better parts of this movie.
Would have been Jamie Dornan fapping for 2 hours. That would have actually been better because then I don't have to see people try to act.
You would totally get those back muscles moving as he's fapping. That would not
No.
be
Snake muscles.
snake back.
Illuminati confirmed.
Jamie Dornan is a lizard man. He has far more muscles and bones than a human does.
Hey, so the first sex scene we watched, I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, this whatever. And Jamie Dornan is hot as fuck, so I'm appreciating. And then
And then you see his
the
back.
lights, they lift a little bit, and then you see his fucking back, people.
And there's a sharp noise in the background.
You know
That's
how
his back.
you know how books, like bad books, will sometimes describe his muscles as rippling, and you think, "Oh yeah, I understand the visual." No,
Oh,
you don't.
no, you
no.
don't.
No.
Now
Those were
you
rippling
understand.
Oh, he's dry
Thanks for
humping
making-
Dakota Johnson. It looks like he's made of snakes.
Thanks for making characters in this movie,
Yeah.
Casey. Tell us the main characters.
The main character is Christian Snakes.
How it's stuck in my
Hot,
brain.
muscular snakes.
Oh, I am never going to your mom's house again and looking at her books.
I would not recommend it.
Batman,
That's
but
it.
more Batman-y.
Yeah.
Dick Bruce Wayne-y.
Dick Wayne.
Dick Wayne.
Some characters in this movie,
Yeah.
Casey. Tell us the main characters.
The main character is Christian Grey. He
Christian Grey.
Christian Grey. He texts people all day and buys shit.
Yeah, he
Expensive
is
shit.
like
He
Batman,
buys-
but
That's it.
more Batman-y.
Yeah.
Dick Bruce Wayne-y.
Dick Wayne.
Dick Wayne.
Wayne.
Yes, he's like a billion upon billionaire. He's 27. Real rapey. Got shark eyes.
Super
There's nothing
rapey.
going on behind his fucking. There's no soul.
I don't think he knows what consent is in any sense of that.
No,
word.
he doesn't.
No.
We learned that several times through this movie.
And he is bubbling with rage at all times.
Yeah.
All the time.
Any inconvenience, he immediately goes off.
He's just looking for an excuse to snap on somebody.
Casey,
Yeah.
what is the other character
Who's
in the movie?
only other person that the movie cares about?
Her
Sort
name's
of.
Anastasia. It is Don Johnson's mug on a pair of tits.
Yeah.
It's Don Johnson. It's Don Johnson with bangs.
I wish
does.
she would have had the V-neck and the
It's
blazer.
weird. I hated every second of that
She does
whole
look a
situation.
lot like Don Johnson.
She is Don Johnson.
Beautiful girl.
I wish she
Beautiful
would have
girl.
had the
Yes,
V-neck
he
and the
is.
blazer.
Don
Don-
Johnson would make
Don
a
Johnson
beautiful
makes a
girl.
beautiful man.
Yes, it makes a beautiful man. He's a beautiful woman.
I'm grasping here. I really am grasping. I loved her tits. We already discussed how we loved the sex scenes in this movie.
No, we
Ooh,
did not.
no, he did not.
That
Yeah,
was an
you
inner
Just
monologue.
Yeah, come on,
Maybe
Juice.
you did. Don't you put that evil on me.
We're recording this. You know that, right? Listen,
But
we
sort of.
should point out. I don't know if we've really made it clear
We
yet.
watched the second one.
We watched the second
Yeah,
movie.
We've
watched-
never read the books. We've never watched.
I mean,
the
Dave's an
movies.
internet expert, but the rest of us don't know shit about this franchise except for what
yeah.
the pop culture is.
I've read
poorly informed us.
about these books, and that's about the extent of it.
Don't go to Dave's house and prove him wrong, or do.
I have 16 copies.
On
Just
the
make sure
website,
you record
pictures
it.
of Dave's
There's-
bookshelf.
there-
And don't
always-
put your purse down either.
There's always one at arm's reach.
Casey, why don't you tell us what we
Yeah, what-
watched?
What
did
did
we
you
watch?
get away from this?
I feel like this is one of those moments where you dream like you're at work or school or something, and then you realize you're naked,
Mm-hmm.
or you're at a restaurant and a man tells you to take your panties off. I don't know what the plot of this film is. I'm trying. It starts out, she's getting gorgeous bouquets, like, congratulations on your new job. And she's like, I'm going to throw this away. This is for my ex-boyfriend. I'm going to keep it, though. So apparently they broke up in the last movie,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been playing hard to get until he just comes to get her. And she's like, okay. There's also I don't know what this movie's about. I'm trying.
Dave,
She goes home with
you're a
him.
resident
Yeah.
They
expert.
move in together.
Yeah, Dave, why don't you tell us what happened in this
Really,
movie?
if you take
No,
the
okay.
sex out and the
s-
terrible
yeah.
dialogue, it's just a really boring story about two awful people going on in their relationship. Why do we care? Well, we don't.
We don't at
We
all.
don't.
Like us personally, we do not. They broke up at the end of the last movie because he didn't respect the boundaries of their bondage contract and was like shoving stuff
Wait.
up her butt and stuff.
If I had a
What?
dollar for
Okay.
every time.
What?
Yeah,
Hold on. You can't just drop fucking sex contract and butt stuff and then run away from it. That's not how conversations work.
that's what you get for starting with the second movie.
You said you were just all nonchalant over here. Hey, and there was a sex contract and they did butt stuff and there
Yeah.
was a violation of the contract. So clearly the terms and conditions, they hired a lawyer. It was a clean and clear lawsuit.
There wasn't any lawyers. At least Folding Ideas didn't mention
What
them.
the fuck?
But yeah,
Question.
sex contract.
Was that 24 grand check that he gave her like I
I don't know the context on the 24
shooted
grand.
you?
Yeah, wait, how come? Let's just pump our brakes again. How come no one's giving me $24,000 checks?
Because you haven't been poop shooted by a billionaire.
Did
That's
your
fair.
butthole get finger blasted by
Yeah,
a bag of snakes?
Let a rich dude go all Jim Henson on you, and maybe you'll get a check out of it too.
24 grand?
No,
I mean, how
Jim.
Jim Henson for 24 grand? I'm just curious, right? Not
easy
like
being green.
You're gonna be brown. So stuff
why not?
because the balls will fall out.
Wearing
it?
Benoit balls.
Well,
Is it the
wearing-
first time?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
that's
seemed.
the first time she's like, "Oh my
They
god,
they
it's
seemed
so lovely to
they
me."
seem familiar.
Yeah, they seemed familiar. It seemed like she'd met his mom before.
I mean,
'Cause she
they're
made the-
not all fucking deviants. She's not gonna grab her like a bowling ball and hey, this is how we shake hands around here, partner.
Why not?
Because the balls will fall out. You don't pull it
She
like
knows.
a
She
ripcord.
know that though.
Yeah,
Hell
she
yes.
knows.
She's
Of course she
wearing
would.
Benoit balls.
But does she know that Anna is?
Yes.
How do you
Her
know?
son's
Yeah,
date?
Christian
Of course.
texted her on the way over. Hey, I got the Benoit.
Hey
in,
mom.
so
Hey mom.
don't give her the old Gray family hello.
Hey, Mom. You said I'd know when I found the one, and I gave her Grandma's Benoit balls.
Oh
It's really
no.
romantic.
Oh,
They've
no.
been in this family, literally, for a really long time. They're steeped in greatness.
Why?
I think
Why?
that's how they work. I'm not sure. You don't buy Benoit balls. They're handed down to you.
I don't think that's how they work at all.
I'm sure that is.
Grandma kept them in all the way through the war to make sure them Nazis didn't get them.
We actually
Real
forgot.
silver.
Oh my
Had to pull them back out. We waited till the second viewing to pull them back out. Anyway,
plot,
so
they-
they have a plot. I'm getting to it. She meets his mom. Hashtag not his real mom. They make sure to tell you that.
Yeah. Real.
And eventually, he's going to go back to the butt. And
Kim-
you're not ready.
Kim Basinger or a statue of Kim Basinger?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she doesn't
That's-
look like she's aged.
Nope.
Well-
she doesn't look like, oh, my God. And then she gets cornered by Kim Basinger in the bathroom. She's all like, hey, I fucking had him first, and you can't keep your man happy. And eventually, he's going to go back to the butt. And
Kim-
you're not ready.
Kim Basinger or a statue of Kim Basinger?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she doesn't
That's-
look like she's aged.
Nope.
Well-
she doesn't look like she's had an emotion or a feeling in a long time either. We will never
That.
know.
That.
Also, why did they use fucking baby oil for her foundation?
Wow.
She was so shiny. So back in my day, my Kim Basinger was matte, not shiny.
Well, no, that's what happens. That's a trick that you need to learn. Baby oil stops all the aging.
Oh, okay.
So
Just
start
bathe in
lathering.
it every day.
Yes, just sit and soak for at least 20 minutes.
A good hot baby oil bath.
Oh no.
Kim Basinger in this story is the woman who introduced Christian Grey to BDSM when she abused him while he was underage. Just
Wasn't
so we're
she his
clear.
therapist
Thanks,
too?
resident expert.
Yeah.
We needed to know that too.
Just
See,
so we
David's
understand
great.
how terrible all of these characters are.
You are as good as exposition as
These
this
are-
movie was given to us.
Wait,
Yeah.
is she a therapist?
No, she was a family friend.
Why are
that-
they
A
sending
family
him to
friend
a family
therapist?
friend to cope emotional trauma?
that she introduced in
they
the
weren't
first place.
sending him to a family friend to cope. She was just a family friend that abused him, and then now they have this fucked up.
Right, but
No,
It was the really bad book series.
no. It's a really
He-
bad
Marsha
movie.
Gay Harding was like, "Oh my God, yes, this is my best friend. She's
Fanfic took a right turn. Like, give the people what they want.
Yes.
I
slapper."
don't know what the people want, but I don't agree with it.
I
My
do
name-
I
not
don't want what they want.
My name's Snow Queen's Ice Dragon, and she was diddling your kids.
No, that was the really bad book series that we didn't get enough exposition because
Yeah.
there wasn't enough exposition in this movie.
I feel like that might have been where the fanfic took a right turn. Like, give the people what they want.
Yes.
I
Slapper.
don't know what the people want, but I don't agree with it.
I
My
do
I don't
not
want what they want.
My name's Snow Queen's Ice Dragon, and I'm the next literary genius.
Okay, you need to explain that. You can't just drop Snow Queen's Ice Dragon. Dave,
Yeah.
you are the resident expert. Context.
Him. This movie is based on a book that was originally published on fanfiction.net under the title Master of the Universe. It's an erotic fanfiction of the Twilight novels, and it was published under the pen name Snow Queen's Ice Dragon. Snow motherfucking Queen's Ice motherfucking Dragon.
See, I
The
really
look.
I was more fucked up about Masters of the Universe.
No, Master. Don't. put that
Master
S.
of the
Why-
Universe.
why did they keep
Masters
that?
Is something else.
Because
I assume Hasbro's
Mattel?
lawyers were just
it
foaming
Hasbro?
at the mouth.
don't you fucking dare sully this. So,
People.
Anna and fucking Snake Man move in together, and he proposes, and then he almost dies in a fucking helicopter crash, and everybody's worried. He doesn't fucking call anyone. He looks like he just like literally walked home from the crash.
No.
He's covered in soot and blood, and he's just like,
I
"Hey, what are you
lost-
guys all doing here?
I lost my phone.
I lost my phone in the crash." Why is he British now? Anyway,
This is not the first time this man's crashed a helicopter.
yes.
The biggest things that I loved about this movie is that Christian Grey almost died several times. And I was really hoping that that would be the end that
But he
would be some
didn't
kind of
actually
cliffhanger.
die.
No, this is a cliffhanger. He might die. This guy apparently has awesome accuracy. He's able to burn.
But from the back in the dark with amazing accuracy.
So
It's really
apparently-
impressive.
You know, one of the biggest things that I loved about this movie is that Christian Grey almost died several times. And I was really hoping that that would be the end. That
But
would
he
be some
didn't
kind of
actually
cliffhanger.
die.
No, this is a cliffhanger. He might die. This guy apparently has awesome accuracy. He's able to burn a picture in the dark through the back. This man is going to kill Christian Grey.
That's the creepy side character who was Anna's boss, who was
Rapey
just
boss.
he was a totally normal guy until all of a sudden the movie decided, nope, he's a rapist, and he just
No, he looked at her like cake.
Yeah, well, he looked at all women that
for
way.
like one scene. The first scene of the movie, he was fine, and then the next scene, it's you look like good eating, and then it's rape.
I support Juice's hypothesis.
But they also alluded
Yeah.
to that because his female coworker like tried to like eye signal Anastasia like don't go to the bar with this guy.
No, he's clearly going to kill him in the next one. It's a
Yep.
tragedy.
I
No,
wouldn't say
wouldn't
that.
say
I wouldn't
it's a
say it's
tragedy.
a tragedy, babe.
Well, that's fair.
That would make this movie a comedy.
I guess we're getting a little ahead. If we really want to talk about what we loved, the first thing and the most important thing is one of the bit characters
The
that really
only
just
redeeming
made
character.
Yeah, the only redeeming character, the one I was most sympathetic to.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that is Christian Grey's bodyguard.
His bodyguard,
Yeah.
he's great.
He is great.
He never speaks. He's a huge brick shit house
He
of a man.
doesn't
Oh, yeah.
need a gun. He's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
older guy. He's old school. He listens to Paul Anka while he drives around and shit.
And he does the dirty work for Christian Grey. We see him acting as the enforcer.
Yeah, he
Mopping
mostly
the
just
cum room.
glowers at people. Oh, he does talk. The one time he shouts at Anna, and we find out his name's Taylor.
What? No.
Seriously.
No, that's not.
Is that an
doesn't seem
allusion to
appropriate.
Taylor? What's his face? Lautner. Who the fuck is that?
I think
Is
you
that
got
his
that
name?
right.
Oh my god, I got it right.
Yeah, it's the dude from Twilight.
Yeah.
We watched a Twilight.
Maybe that's a Twilight nod.
You're a Twilight nod. But I imagine he's the kind of old school bruiser guy that likes to do things with his hands. I don't see him
Oh,
using
yeah.
a gun.
Yeah, no.
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 He's the guy that carries the gun but never uses it.
I don't even know that he carries it. That motherfucker is a triangle, and he's got 2 motherfucking guns that he carries around with him all the time. You know what I'm saying?
We also were saying that I think he probably misinterprets a lot of Christian's vague orders and kills people willy-nilly.
I need you to
Yeah.
take care of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
my God,
all.
why did you shoot my house plant? I just wanted you to take care of it while I was gone.
Yeah, I
Christian
did.
always just tells him take care of it. Sometimes it means rough a guy up. Sometimes it's send for the eggs. And how's he supposed to get it right 100%?
You just kill 100%.
Yeah, you're right. Christian Grey is very vague in everything that he says.
He's really rich.
His whole personality is like every single one of his lines is the dialogue version of Dakota fucking not Fanning's face. What is her name?
Dakota
Dakota
Johnson.
Johnson. Sorry, Dakota Fanning. You're special.
You know what Dakota Johnson did have? She had a hair trigger pussy, and that thing went off all the
my
time.
God.
All day. You just had to breathe on it or look at it or mention its name across the room.
Whisper it.
Not Dakota fan.
I've never seen someone come from a gentle breeze. Anything that she
come.
had, like anything. She opens the elevator door.
I
Hey, I wonder
jizzed
what's do I have
in
anything
my
in
pants.
my fridge?
Opened the
Yes.
window when the breeze came in, and I jizzed in my pants.
I'm going
Oh,
to cut this
God.
broccoli up for a salad.
She
I
is
need to go take a nap.
the female equivalent of jizz in my pants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good call, Juice.
That's really uncomfortable.
Everything she does makes her come.
Christian slaps her on the ass once. Instant cum. He shoves balls up her vagina. Well, Benoit balls. I mean, yeah, he's just shoving balls in her vagina.
Also, we
you
need to
parse
talk-
that.
Double stuffed.
Those are like the biggest fucking Benoit balls I've ever seen in my life.
I call them fisties.
They look like those little balls you get at like Chinatown that have chimes inside of them, and that you're supposed to like stress relieve and have in your hand. He put those up her, and they had a ripcord on them.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
big or
well,
go
you can't
home.
lose them. Right.
Why do you
And Casey, did he rip him?
listen? If you have
He
Benoit
gently
balls
coaxed them out.
that big, you don't need a handle to get them out of them. you could shoot them across the fucking room like rubber bullets. I don't believe you. It was just fucking, all the sex toys are so stupid in this movie.
That's really the hill you're gonna die on, is how stupid the sex toys are.
Maybe. I don't know.
For a movie that was supposed to be fancy white people porn, yeah.
Where's my endangered rhino horn double header? That's what I want to see. I want to see real rich people sex toys. That's what I want to see. Don't show me like, hey, spank me. No, I want to, just like I would be going through your medicine cabinet if I was invited to your house and you're rich. I'm also going to go through your sex dungeon and complain the whole time.
It's called a red room.
This is the lamest. Ugh.
Yeah, it's really mundane for most of it. It's not terribly racy, I guess. I don't know. I have the internet and I am broken.
Is there anything else in this movie that we actually enjoyed?
Sure. Okay. So
I
listen. No, it depends on how you. It depends on what you mean by asking that question. If you mean that, are there scenes that we loved? I don't know that there are anymore. Are there scenes that are implied that we love the implications of? Abso-fucking-lutely. Dave?
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes that they didn't show us that had to have happened. So, because Anastasia's a very virginal, naive girl, we see her at one point in lingerie, just decked to the nines. She's got the whole kit on.
Before getting on a dress that she's going to have to take all of that off for.
And there is zero chance this woman has ever worn this much lingerie before. So I want to see the 45-minute montage of her, like, corset, garters, panties. No, take it down. Okay, stockings, corset, panties, garter. No, damn it. Oh, back off.
My God.
Like, there must be a mountain of stockings that she's fucked up putting them on.
It's like the worst pornographic Rubik's Cube.
No.
So fucking dumb.
They get it figured out, though. You just peel the stickers off.
Oh, they just stuck stickers on? Yeah, you fuck up your Hot Wheels when you're a kid? You're like, oh.
Oh.
They gave her, like, an
how
IKEA
90s work.
manual that showed.
Yeah, there was so much that they decided not to put in this film. I mean, thank God it was already fucking 2 hours long.
Man.
Oh.
There was so much more that could have been implied. Why don't we make this like a short French film, a silent French film?
This could have been 3 films. This
Yeah.
could have been broken up, and then they could have gotten all of the implication over those 3 films.
Alternatively, we could have cut out the fucking 7 montages we had, and it would be fucking
And
just an
5
hour
sex
long.
scenes. Yeah.
Oh, and the fucking sex scenes, and then it would be fucking 30 minutes long.
Yep.
We could have gotten through this entire thing in a half hour, and I could have been a lot better off.
I'm not going to get off for a really long time.
You did this!
I know.
Did you like the soundtrack, Casey?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool.
It was better than the movie deserved.
For sure.
It was Danny Elfman.
Stop
Come
saying
on,
that.
Danny.
John
Stop
Legend was on it. Taylor
saying-
Swift was on it.
Who gives a fuck about her?
But you know who else was on it? Coldplay. This movie
Wow.
opened
Okay.
with
They wouldn't
fucking
even put their
Coldplay.
hands on it. They wouldn't
No.
put their hands on it.
A cover of Coldplay.
No, they had to put their hands on it to at least even let a cover get through.
It was like if Coldplay were to take all of the Ambien. And when I say all of the Ambien, I mean all of the Ambien.
And the lead singer passes out, and they have a female singer replace him.
Look how they shine for you.
It's so dramatic and so over the top, and it's to establish that she's sad that her BDSM boyfriend left her, or she left him, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
What happened in that situation?
All right. This is what we hated. Let's talk about it, Dave.
So much of it. What in discrete categories? I don't even remember.
Dave, how did you like the dialogue? Did the dialogue do it for you?
They were.
No.
They weren't lines.
A lot of the dialogue of this was insisted upon by the original author, who retained a lot of creative control over the movie.
Yeah,
and
it shows. It shows.
Yep.
Because it is such terrible writing.
It's horrible. When they finally did give people lines, They weren't lines. They were.
No.
They weren't lines.
They were exposition.
Dakota Johnson just ums and ahs her way through every single line she has.
Don't tell me what to do, Kim Basinger.
And Casey.
I'm a free broad.
Casey defended her at the beginning, but I feel like you've changed your mind since then.
Yeah, now I'm going to be very aware of every time I say or ah. Thanks a lot, Dakota Johnson.
Maybe this is because this is the second movie in the series and I haven't watched the first or read the books, but for some reason, Christian Grey, whom we will refer to from now on as the Marquis de Vlad, is a completely unsympathetic character. I can't really find anything I like about him.
No.
He's just fucking awful the whole time.
He ruined his back for me. That's what this movie did.
He did more than his back.
Because Illuminati confirmed snake people.
He is a snake.
He's always angry. He's always creepy.
Yeah, and he's angry about stupid bullshit. He was pissed off that when he was at a restaurant and couldn't get a glass of wine and had to buy the bottle.
You can afford it.
He's a fucking stupid
fucking
billionaire.
asshole.
Yeah, he just is a dick, and he's inconvenienced, and he throws money
I'm
at
sorry. Fucking, they're doing their job.
There was a scene where he's explaining something that he said to her, and she goes, "I don't remember that," and he goes, "Yeah, you were sleeping."
You don't remember a lot of things when you're sleeping.
Apparently, this movie doesn't know how consent works, or at least the Marquis de Vlad doesn't. Then this is why he's an unsympathetic character. He just doesn't do anything that a real human being does or have any feelings. He is completely remorseless, and he seems to emotionally manipulate Anna to get his fucking way with her. It's like, oh, I will push my boundaries and then I'll let you in just a little bit to fuck you, to distract you from the fact that you have a legitimate complaint about how I never fucking seek out consent.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know,
He's
right?
all about
Jesus,
he
just
is all
went off
about
there.
consent, like for him, because he's like, don't touch me.
Yeah, he takes
This is
lipstick
my-
and outlines
Oh my
where she's allowed to touch him.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the important part is that lipstick stays on him for like 3 fucking days. I don't know what kind of lipstick that is, ladies, but you need to ask
Yeah.
him where he purchased
Why
it.
aren't we building
seems-
houses out of it?
Dave, what was the... Don't do your research on this movie.
I feel like you're asking me a question, but it's actually 2 questions. The first yes is yes, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come all over this movie. I'm gonna do so
you
much
wouldn't
research.
watch it again. Yes, you would be domed by Jamie Dornan, the Snake Man.
Yes, yes.
Illuminati confirmed.
Thank you, Dave. So
Research on this movie, Juice.
I feel like you're asking me a question, but it's actually 2 questions. The first yes is yes, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come all over this movie. I'm gonna do so
you
much
wouldn't
research.
watch it again. Yes, you would be domed by Jamie Dornan, the Snake Man.
Yes, yes.
Illuminati confirmed.
Thank you, Dave. So no, I would never watch this movie again. It was insufferable. You could tell that it was just mashed plot points, and they were just. It should have been done like 7 times, as many times as there was montages. So I don't think that there's any chance that I'm ever going to be able to sit down and actually concentrate on this again. Unless, Dave, do you got any mescaline?
I mean, I got a guy.
Because I feel like
I don't actually. Don't at me.
if you were going to get some mescaline,
Email me some mescaline.
would you watch this movie again?
No. God, no.
It'd be even scarier.
Yeah, especially not on mescaline. Can you imagine watching that ripple on mescaline?
Oh,
Right, that. No, this was horrifying, but also just really boring. Like we got to the end of it, and I was yawning because it was just there was nothing compelling about what I was watching, and I did not care about anyone. So I was just bored. And even the parts that are supposed to be the titillating, exciting part is just the most.
Oh, Lord, no, absolutely not. There is no way I am going to watch this again. This movie was a fucking mess. It was all over the place. I had no idea what was going on. I hated the entire thing. None of the characters are sympathetic. And like you said, I practically...
That's a better use of my time. Jay, are you going to watch this again?
Oh, Lord, no, absolutely not. There is no way I am going to watch this again. This movie was a fucking mess. It was all over the place. I had no idea what was going on. I hated the entire thing. None of the characters are sympathetic. And like you said, I practically felt I had to fight to not fall asleep several times during the movie. So I will not be watching this movie again. But I guess the important question, and the one that we're all really waiting to know, is, Casey, would you watch this movie again?
You did
Describe
this.
my face.
It has your faces in your hand. It's kind of limp. It looks angry.
It has no
It's
life.
dead inside.
It's gonna be a no from me.
What?
This, I mean, you've basically said everything. It's boring. First and foremost, it's boring. Secondly, they blew all their fucking budget on helicopter rides for establishing shots.
In the crashing scene.
We get that in one of the great montages when we get to see 1 billion shots from the air of the boat that they rented.
It's a boat. It's a helicopter. It's this. Jamie Dornan. Also, this is, and not him personally,
But
but in the movie, he seems so shocked to have consent when he asked her to marry her. He literally asked 3 more times, like, I'm sorry, I need you to say no so then I can, drag you up the altar by your hair a la caveman style. Like,
It's a new experience for him.
I don't know what this word you're... Yes. Is that Icelandic for something? Yes. I just don't understand.
I don't know
what
this.
I don't know. Oh my gosh. I hope.
You can't
I
just
don't
want to
not love you
Casey.
anymore. I can. This is a
Casey.
podcast.
Lizard people. Illuminati confirmed.
Here's what he can do. He can do like sawhorse tricks. Yeah, it just no. There was not enough Jamie Dornan's nipples to save this movie. Dakota Johnson. This is a
Casey.
podcast.
Lizard people. Illuminati confirmed.
Here's what he can do. He can do like sawhorse tricks. Yeah, it just no. There was not enough Jamie Dornan's nipples to save this movie. Dakota Johnson. Jesus, she's fucking gruel. She's gruel, and I couldn't. I don't even hate her. I don't have any ill will. She is that girl from Arrested Development that no one can remember.
Egg.
Egg?
It's Anne.
And
But they call her
Yes.
Egg.
yes.
Yeah.
Casey, you are dragging this out as much as this movie dragged out the ending of this.
I'm
That-
ready.
Good call, Juice.
That's a hard no?
That's a hard, rippling no.
That's a
from
hard,
me.
rippling no. Well, that's our first week of Read It Then Weep Month. I have a surprise for you, Shitty Cinemites, next week. I'm going to bring to you an adaptation of a Michael Crichton book, and it's 1995's Congo, which is about some adventurous...
That was a Crichton book.
Yeah. There's some researchers that go to the Congo and encounter
Fucking
some
hate this
hostile,
movie.
super advanced monkeys. I'm really excited for some shitty fucking horror thriller action bullshit. So
I don't give a fuck about apes nor monkeys because they're fucking scary, and I will not ever try to learn the difference between the two. They want to be us.
and with
They
that,
have little hands.
it has been
They're terrible.
fun and it has been wonderful, but I
Has
don't
it?
know that I had a good
Yeah.
time.
No.
This was Shitty Cinema, and we'll see you all next week.
This was really shitty cinema.
I don't want to see myself in the mirror anymore.